Alright, Chapter 12, Introduction to Trigonometry. What's in this chapter? Sin, cosine, tangent, cosecant, secant, cotangent, initial side, terminal side, standard position, coterminal, quadratic angle, quadrant angle, periodic, cycle, period, law of sin, and law of cosines. Right triangle trigonometry. Evaluate trigonometric functions, acute angles. Each is 6 possible ratio. 3 sides of the right angle. Issue the defined trigonometry functions: sin, cosine, tangent, cosangent, secant, and cotangent. Right triangle, the definition, trigonometry functions. Let 0 be the acute angle of the right triangle. Let 6 trigonometric functions at angle 0 are defined as sin 0 is the opposite over the hypotenuse. Cosine angle 0 is adjacent over the hypotenuse. Tangent is opposite over adjacent. And cosecant is hypotenuse over the opposite. Secant is hypotenuse over the adjacent. And cotangent adjacent over the opposite. Notice the ratio of the second column are the reciprocal of the ratio of the first column. Cosecant is 1 over the sin of angle 0. Secant is equal to 1 over the cosine of angle 0. Cotangent is equal to 1 over the tangent of 0. Specific right triangles. If you cut an equilateral triangle in half, the measure of the acute angle, the result of the triangle 30 and 60, but the measure of the acute angle of the isosceles right triangle are both 45. The angles are common. You should know that their trigonometric ratios. Remember the side length to memorize the table. A 30-degree angle has a sin of 1/2. Cosine of 3, the square root of 3 over 2, tangent of square root of 3 over 3. 60 has a square root of 3 over 2. Sin, cosangent angle of 1/2 is equal to 1/2, and cotangent of the 60-degree angle is a square root of 3. Cotangent of the sin of a 45-degree angle is a square root of 2 over 2. Cosine angle of a 45-degree angle is a square root of 2 over 2, and the tangent, it would be 1. Technology, use your calculator, evaluate trigonometric functions, angles, not just 30, 45, and 60. Use sin, cosine, tan, sin, cosine, tangent. Use these keys reciprocal. Use the keys and reciprocal keys for cosine and secant and tangent. Before the calculator, be sure of the 7th degree of the mode. Alright. Functions of any angle. An angle is formed when the 2 rays have a common endpoint called the vertex. Generate an angle with fix 1 ray called the initial side of the rotate the other angle, the terminal side. About the vertex, a coordinated plane angle with a vertex at the origin whose initial side is positive, the axis is standard position. Angle measure is positive, the rotation of the terminal side with the counterclockwise, and measure negative is rotation clockwise. Coterminal angles. If part B, example, the angles 410 and 50 are coterminal because of the terminal sides coincide with the angle. Coterminal with a given angle can be found adding and subtracting multiples of 360. Trigonometry functions of an angle. In lesson 12.1, we evaluated trigonometry function acute angles. Now we have to evaluate trigonometry function of an angle. General definition: trigonometry function. The angle is arrow angle of standard position x and y. Any position except the origin with the terminal side of angle. Sin trigonometric function. The angle arrow defines as follows: sin of the angle 0 is y over r. Cosine of a single O is equal to x over r. Tangent O is equal to y over x. X is not equal to 0. Cosecant is equal to 0 over r. 0 equals equal to r over y when y is not equal to 0. Secant is angle 0 is equal to r over x when x is not equal to 0. And cotangent of angle 0 is equal to x over y when y is not equal to 0. For acute angle, the definition gives same values of those given the determination. The definitions show of 1. Quadrant angle. The term side of the angle 0 lies to the axis of the angle. If 0 is the quadrant angle with the diagram below, show the value of the x and y for the quadrant angle 0, 90, 180, and 270. Secant trigonometry functions. Secant trigonometry function value 4 quadrants. Determine the function definition. For example, the sin of the angle 0 y over r is always positive. That always follows the sin of the angle 0 is positive whenever y is greater than 0. When in quadrant 1 and quadrant 2, this sign is sine, cosine, and tangent functions are shown quadrant plane of the right. Quadrant 1, sin is equal to positive, sin, cosine, tangent is positive. Quadrant 2, sin is positive, the cosine and tangent is negative. Quadrant 3, sin and cosine is negative, tangent positive. Quadrant 4, sin is negative, cosine is positive, tangent is negative. Alright, graphing trigonometry functions. In this lesson you will learn to graph the function form y is equal to a sin bx and y is equal to a cosine bx, where a and b are part of the constraint where the x is measured in degrees. These functions are periodic, which means the graph has a repeating pattern with a continuous and indefinitely short repeating portion is called a cycle. Horizontal life of each cycle is called a period. The graphs of all sin cosine functions are related to the graph of y sin x and y cosine x are shown below. From the graph you read of y equals sin x above, you see the maximum value of y sin occurs at y equals 90 degrees, minimum value occurs at x equals 270 degrees. Sin function period at 360 degrees, maximum minimum values occur at 360 degrees. For example, the maximum value occurs at x at 450 degrees, 810, 1170, and the minimum values occur at 639, 90, and 1350. Similar maximum values of y cosine x occurs at 0, 30, 60, 720, 1080. Minimum values occur at 1x at 180, 540, 912, 60. Graphing sin and cosine functions. Graph of y a sin bx, y and y a cosine bx, where a is greater than 0 and b is greater than 0. You can use the characteristics below over the period. 360 over b. Intercepts x and y are 0 degrees, 0 degree equal to 180 degree over b, 1 360 b over 0, and minimum and maximums. So we have 183.60 over b, and then a 90, so now they intercept. Graphing tangent function. With the domain of the graph of the y at a tangent x is all of the real numbers have the odd multiple of the 90. With the all multiple of the 90 graph has vertical asymptotes. Range of the function, all real numbers, period with 180 degrees. Graph of the y, a tangent bx. So the following are true with the a is greater than 0 and b is greater than 0. The period is 180 degrees over the b. This is vertical assumption with the odd multiples of 90 degrees over b. Using the step graph of the y, a tangent bx of the interval of negative 90b over is less than x, and x is greater than and 90 degrees over b is greater than x. Plot the x-intercept at 0 degrees and 0. Draw the vertical symptoms. The x is negative b, negative 90 over b. X is 90 over b. Plot the points occur half between the x-intercepts at 0 degrees, 0, x. Symptoms at negative 45 degree over b, negative a, or in negative 45 over b, and a. Alright, 12.4. Laws of sin. Laws of sin will define the side of the link angle with the measure of the triangle with no right angle with no with the measure of at least one side of the two of the other triangle with a four. So possible cases: two angle sides, angle, two side angle opposite, a side angle, and side, or two side, and including side angle side. The first two cases will include solve the laws of sin. These last two cases solve with the laws of cosine studied in the next lesson. Triangle ABC show the standard length of A, B, and C. Sin A is over A equals sin B over B equals sin C over C. Also, A sin A equals a B over sin B over C sin C. Inverse trigonometry function. You use the angles, find the length of the side. You can use the ratio side length, find the angle of the positive value of sin. There may be two angles between 0 and 180 degrees values. Sin 0 with the same. You can find angle 0 by inverse sign sin negative first. For example, if the sin is 0 with a 0.5 and 0 sin the negative first is 0.5 equals 30. And 0.10 angle 0 is 180 minus 30. We would have 150 degrees. Side angle, sine of two angle, one side, determine exactly one triangle, two sides angle opposite of the other side, may determine no triangle, one triangle, or two triangles. Consider a triangle in which sketch are given the A and B and A, the fixed side of the B and angle B, A. We sketch the possible positions of the side A to figure out how many triangles can be formed with the diagram below. Note that H equals B sin A. A is obtuse. A is greater than B is greater than or equal to A. No triangle. A is greater than B. One triangle. A is acute if H is greater than A and no triangle. H is equal to A in one triangle. H is less than A, but B is greater than A in two triangles, and A is greater than or equal to B in one triangle. Laws of cosine. Laws of cosine. Suppose you have the triangle for two sides that included an angle, side, sine, three angles, side, are given and defined. The missing side angle is measured with the law of cosines. Triangle ABC has a side length of A and B and C is shown. A squared equals B squared plus C squared. 2BC cosine A. B squared equals A squared plus C squared. 2AC cosine B. C squared equals A squared plus B squared. 2AB cosine C. Choosing a method, law of sins, we have given in the two angles, one side, angle, side, or angle, side, angle, two side, angle, opposite of them, side, angle, laws of cosine, three sides, two sides in there, included angle, side, angle. Alright, chapter 12 review was a summary and review, sin, cosine, tangent, cosecant, cotangent, initial side, terminal side, standard position, coterminal, quadrant, angle, periodic cycle period, laws of sine, and laws of cosines. Alright, chapter 13, conic sections.